Hi Aries, this is your monthly horoscope for September 2017. Thanks for joining me. It is Mercury retrograde, so I'm changing the format of all my videos. So let me know what you think of this. In terms of September, Uranus trines Mars until the 11th of September. So from the beginning of September until the 11th in your first house and in your fifth house. So Uranus is the planet of eccentricity and rebellion. It's in your sign of Aries, and the first house is the house of self. So you're going to feel very comfortable in your own skin. You're going to feel like you have the power to get things done, to make things happen. Mars is the archetypal male principle. It's what you're passionate about, it's what you desire. And the fifth house is romance, fun, and children. So it doesn't matter whether you're single or in a relationship, there's going to be a lot of kind of energy floating around, which you can use in any way you like. But with this connection with Mars, it gives you an additional kind of luck factor, so to speak, when it comes to romantic relationships. And you're going to have a strong desire to experience love, romance, passion, all of those things until the 11th. So make sure that you make time for love and romance, that you don't spend your whole life working. Mercury moves into Leo from Virgo because it's retrograding, so it's retrograding backwards on the 1st of September, and that's in your fifth house. So that's actually good news for you. Mercury's retrograde, so Virgo is very analytical and very kind of, let's make sense of information. In retrograde, it's not so good because it means that the information that's actually being analyzed could be analyzed in an incorrect manner. So for you, Mercury retrograding into Leo is a really good sign because Mercury is the communication planet. It goes into an element of fire. You're the element of fire, so you're going to find it much easier to communicate in a fun, passionate, exciting way, and you're going to be able to have fun. Venus is in Leo until the 20th in your fifth house. So wow, so you've got Mars, the archetypal male principle, in your fifth house of romance. Then you have Venus, the archetypal female principle, in your fifth house of romance. When you take the male and female, usually when you bring them together, new life begins. Okay, so there's really, Aries, a wonderful opportunity here for you in September to get something new started when it comes to your love life and to your relationships. On the 5th of September, Mercury goes direct, and that happens in your fifth house in Leo. So it's still in Leo, but now it starts to move forward again. Mercury is the communication planet. This Mercury retrograde for you may have felt quite difficult because it's been about thinking in kind of abstract terms. It's not been concrete, and you like to focus on what's in the here and now and what you can get done, results. So this shift and Mercury now going forward in Leo in your fifth means that those romantic desires and the ability to communicate in a romantic, loving way isn't just physical, but it's also verbal, and you can have loads of fun. So this is shaping up to be a really fun and romantic and fiery kind of month for you, Aries. Now, on the 6th of September, we have the full moon in Pisces, and that happens in your 12th house. Now, I'll make a separate video on the full moon and the new moon, so check those out for extra detail. But the main thing is that it happens in your 12th house. Pisces is the sign of spirituality, and it rules the 12th house. So it's going to shower us with this Piscean energy, which is also, again, very abstract and spiritual. You as an Aries won't have a lot to do with that because Pisces is the 12th house, endings, and your Aries, first house, beginnings. So you might not appreciate this very much, but it happens in your 12th house. So there's no friction there. If it happened in your first house of self in Aries, it would have been difficult. But this is a blessing for you with this full moon, because there's the Pisces energy. You'll actually be able to accept it this time and to be as reflective as you possibly can be. Also on the 6th, Mars moves into Virgo in your 6th house. So Mars, this archetypal male energy, now moves into Virgo. Less passion, less fire, more about analysis, more about making sense of things and seeing what's around. You can trust Mars in Virgo now because Mercury has gone direct again. So the things that Mars is looking at and the things that Mars desires, you can be sure that that's not just a fleeting, trivial desire. It's going to be long term, and it's safe to move ahead with the things that you want. The things that you want particularly grab those for yourself, get them for yourself from the 6th of September onwards. Try not to do things during Mercury retrograde. I mean, it's easily said, you know, Mercury retrogrades 3 to 4 times a year. I went to have some moles removed during a Mercury retrograde. Technically, you shouldn't have that done because things go wrong. Didn't particularly go wrong. Something else went wrong on my forehead, but so Mercury retrograde is something that you should take into account, but like me, I don't make my life stop. It's just not the ideal time to really reorganize things or to make changes in your body or things like that. On the 11th of September, Mercury goes into Virgo in your 6th, so the communication planet now focuses on work. And it's really, really good because Mercury rules Virgo, so it's exceptional. In the beginning of the month, it wasn't so good at making sense of things and there was the potential for errors. Now here, you are absolutely a computer, you're a meaning-making machine. You can take info, assess it, make sense of it, act on it. Really, really simple. So from the 11th, stop focusing so much on romance, start focusing more on work. That's really where your success lies. On the 20th, the new moon occurs in Virgo, also in your 6th house. Again, I'll make a separate video on that. But the new moon pulls Virgo energy into your 6th. So you're going to be really, really clever, on point, accurate, focused. You'll be able to get some work done, basically, here in September. So make sure that you take on as much as you can because you'll be able to make huge progress. Finally, on the 30th of September, Mercury moves into Libra, and that goes into your 7th house. So again, at the end of the month now, Mercury, the communication planet in Libra, it's all about relationships, building harmonious relationships, and the 7th house is relationships. So we're going at the beginning of the month through until the 11th, romance and passion, then it's work and concentrating, and then you're moving into October back with forming new relationships, making better relationships, improving your relationships. So that's what I see coming up for you. If you'd like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe. And I just want to say, I heard this morning that Louise Hay passed away. So I just want to pay her a moment of respect because Louise Hay was someone who really changed my life. She started Hay House Publishing, and her message was always to love yourself, to forgive yourself for everything that's happened in life, and to love yourself. And she said that that was the primary purpose of our lives, to love ourselves, because when we love ourselves, everything else tends to fall into place. So I want to say a big thank you to Louise Hay. She's in heaven now with the other angels, and I just want to say thanks that she was around and helped me and millions of other people. So I hope you have a wonderful month. Like I said, if you do want a personal reading with me, then go to my website and order it there. Let me know what you think of this new format as well, because I am making changes. And I do try and make these videos accessible for you guys. I mean, they're all for you. So I try and make them as likable as possible so you guys can actually watch them and get the most out of it. So tell me what you think of this new format on the couch rather than in my dark little office. And I'll speak to you next month.